Welcome to our Ag Bites video. It's the first week of October here. Some of the combines are starting to roll, but we wanted to go out in the field and there's been some questions on stalk integrity, stalk rot issues that we might be seeing out in the fields, and how do you evaluate for that. And the easiest thing, it's pretty easy to actually go out and do this out in the field, and it's best if you can find probably 100 different plants, you know, maybe break it down into 10 plants in 10 areas. And what I do is I just get right up to the plant's shoulder width and I just give it a push. And if that plant doesn't break and kind of snap or bend at the bottom, the last couple nodes right here is where you'll start to see that. If it doesn't do that, we're good. If it does give a little kink on one of these bottom nodes, then I start looking a little closer, start pinching it, and as you can see with this one, I can really pinch it almost flat. We've got an issue there with some stalk integrity. So a lot of times just take your knife, get about 3 nodes up from the base. I cut this one off right about ground level. Cut it all the way up, and then you start looking at the inside here. As you can see, we've lost some of the pith is gone actually already. Plant has started to cannibalize some of this, and you start seeing some brown in the nodes there. A lot of times the plants will start cannibalizing the stalk, pulling sugars out of the stalk and leaves, trying to fill it into the ear, into those kernels when we've had some moisture stress, especially this year with the dryness. Probably the roots weren't taking up some of those resources, some of those nutrients, nitrogen, potassium, to fill into the ear, into the kernels, so they start robbing it from the stalk, and that's where we start getting some stalk integrity issues. There's also some diseases, anthracnose, diplodia, some of those issues. Fusarium is probably one of the bigger ones we see up here. But mostly it's due to stress, and that can be water, cloudy weather, coolness during periods of time. Those plants will start cannibalizing, taking out of the stalk here, putting it in the kernel. So doing that squeeze test at the bottom, that first node up from the ground, right above that, and then giving it that shove test. If you start seeing over 10 to 15% stalk lodge issues out in the field, you may want to consider doing an early harvest. Burning a little extra propane on some wetter corn is going to make you a lot more money than having some stalk lodging issues out in the field, trying to pick up those plants and losing some cobs, things like that. So probably not seeing as much of an issue this year, but it'd be good to get out and check these fields if you have to consider an early harvest.